Hi everyone. Welcome to Playing the Game, the chat edition. If you are watching this, you probably know who I am already. My name is Maggie. I'm a personal trainer living in LA, and I'm here to talk about dating because it seems to be on the forefront of everyone's mind all the time. And I feel like we don't have like a space where we can talk about it. If you don't know me and you're new here, welcome. I'm happy you're here. This is going to be really fun. And this is a little project I'm starting as I'm transitioning from Chicago to Los Angeles. And I'm going to start doing Wine Wednesdays with you and kind of talk about these different dating zones. We're going to call them zones. Playing the game stems from the fact that I love sports. So I'm going to make some cheesy sports references with you guys. And maybe the more wine I have, the less that will happen because they probably won't make any sense. But basically, this first Wine Wednesday, I'm here to just kind of talk about what this blog lifestyle thing is and what I plan on doing with it and how I want you to be involved, because this is not an outlet for me to talk about my personal dating life, and it's not an outlet for us to bitch about like every single bad date we've been on. I mean, we can do that. There are no rules, but I want it to be a dating like safety zone for everyone. Whether you're married or you just got divorced or you're single and out there dating or you're in a relationship, or you are single and not looking for a relationship, whatever. This is a place for us to just kind of talk about these different things. I feel like everyone has their own opinion, and it's been fascinating to hear what different people have to say. If you aren't following me on Instagram, Maggie.Priore, Priore, my last name. I've been putting out there throughout this past week different topics revolving around dating etiquette, specifically the first date. And the feedback I've gotten from so many different people has been fascinating. So I'm realizing that A, there are no rules when it comes to dating. B, everyone has their own opinion. But C, we're all in the same boat. We're all playing the same game. I'm drinking a Malbec tonight, by the way. It's very good. I'll try to like showcase some different wines. Not that that has anything to do with what we're talking about, but why not? Let's have fun. So today, I'm not going to talk specifically about dating etiquette just because I was a little almost overwhelmed with how many different directions we went with that. But we're gonna get into all of it. Today is just a time for me to kind of talk about what this is, what to expect, how to follow me, and a little bit more about me for those of you that don't know much about me. On my Instagram, it's very fitness heavy because I'm a trainer, and I'm trying to be a little bit more personal, be a little bit more vulnerable, because why not? Because I'm in LA. I'm from Chicago. LA is the first place I've lived outside of the Midwest, outside of Chicago almost entirely. And LA is just like a very different world, especially with dating. That being said, this is not strictly an LA dating thing. This is anyone dating anywhere, any sexual orientation, any race, any culture, any age group. I plan each week on talking about a different topic. I'm realizing that dating etiquette has become such a broad thing that we're just gonna have to break it down even further, because like splitting the bill, we could probably talk about that for like 4 hours. But I wanna hear mostly from you, and I'm kind of calling myself a dating ref, if you will. So I'm not here to like pinpoint advice at you. I'm not here to be like your relationship counselor. But I'm here to listen to what everyone has to say and then send some calls into review. See, cheesy sports reference. I've been getting so many different like scenarios and things in my face, and cool questions that I would have never really even thought about. And I'm going to give my opinion. I might share some experiences I've personally had, but I want to keep getting feedback from you guys via social media, via my website, www.playingthegamela.com. You can subscribe to the blog. I'll share my thoughts on there too. I'm going to do a new blog post every Saturday because that's date night. And then I'm going to talk and do some Wine Wednesdays with you. I might throw some on Instagram Live, but this will be YouTube also. Yeah. What was I talking about? I was talking about me, right? I was talking about me. Other than being from Chicago, being a trainer, you know, as a trainer, part of like what I do is talk to my clients about life. It's not just a workout. So all of our conversations usually end up going toward dating, even if the client has been married for years. It's just like relationships are so central in our lives. So I've kind of just gotten inspired by hearing everyone's different stories. I'm also a huge hopeless romantic. This is a fun fact about me. I love old movies. I love romantic comedies. I love like cheesy sitcom TV shows. I love songs. So I think part of this is stemming from that interest. And yeah, I'm single. I'm heterosexual. I am on dating apps. I have been trying to date. A little bit of like teeny bit of relationship background about me that I put in my about me. I've dated a lot, but definitely toward the end of my time in Chicago went through some kind of up and down relationship stuff that I'm not going to get into, but it kind of caused me to not date for a while. I was turned off by the apps. I was turned off by trying to meet people at bars pre-COVID. And I think, you know, part of this move was definitely a new start in that part of my life. So now that I'm in LA, I'm dating. I've gone on a few dates with a few different people, and putting myself back out there again has definitely unleashed some like, oh, right, we're doing this. Like, who pays the bill? What's this kind of etiquette on a first date? What do you do after the first date? Like, who texts first? Like, all these things that I kind of shut out are coming back. And at the same time, some of my friends are dealing with this stuff, clients, etc. And that's kind of, yeah, that's all. I don't think there's anything more I really need to tell you other than I'm really excited about this. I got some good unexpected feedback on social media when I kind of announced this and started asking questions. So each week I'm going to do a different topic. I'm going to throw questions out on social media. Right now it's mostly Instagram. I don't have a Twitter. I'm not a big, like tweeter. Is that the verb? But maybe I'll start doing it into Twitter if it becomes that. I'm saying a lot. I don't usually film myself just talking, but I've been trying to do that more. Yeah. I think anything else you really need to know, you could probably find on my Instagram. I don't get embarrassed easily. I don't have many secrets. Yeah. So next time we chat, I'm going to talk about what I've been hearing about dating etiquette, first date etiquette specifically. So this kind of goes, like I said, it's gone different directions. And I feel like we have to break down each thing, but we got to do it slowly. So it will be kind of a general discussion next week, just because I'm going to talk about the different things I've asked. But basically, if you're not following me on social media yet, and you're wondering what first date etiquette even means and how we got to here, I will give you a little bit of background. I had a first date on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. It was by no means the worst date I've ever been on. I can share that story because I have like an exact first date in my head. But there was a lack of etiquette, I thought, from the person I went on the date with. And there was multiple things. I don't want to get too detailed into it, but it kind of made me think about, am I being too picky? Am I expecting too much on a first date? Should I have given this person a second chance? Because what I did do was, after he texted me the next day and wanted to go out again, and I sent him a nice courtesy text. Full disclosure, I do not believe in ghosting. And I just said I wasn't feeling a connection, and I wished him all the best. And he was kind of, I think, a little bit hurt, and he just said he doesn't believe you really created connection on the first date. So that's like, well, shit, did I say no too soon? So I kind of put out into the social media world what people's expectations were for a first date, and it just kind of went everywhere. So next week, I'm gonna take a lot of what you guys have been telling me and talk about it. I put the calls into review, and I'm gonna share what I think and what other people made me think, because some people said some stuff that I would have never in a million years been like, oh, that. But hearing all of your different stories has definitely been very interesting and enlightening. So yeah, that's the first topic. That's how this all kind of started. I talked about a million different things in 11 and a half minutes. First date etiquette, if you wanna DM me, email me at playingthegamela@gmail.com and like give me some of your personal first date etiquette things. I talked about which way the conversation could go, meaning what's appropriate. Like, is it cool to talk about politics? Is it cool to talk about family dynamics and drama, past relationships, exes? This is all just the first date. Splitting the bill. And by the way, another question I kind of have into the void here. Obviously, like in a male-female relationship, like there's that stigma that the man should pay the first date. And a lot of people had different opinions about that. If you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, non-binary, what's the protocol for paying on a first date? Is it whoever asks, initiates? Is it easier to split? I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on that. Anyway, that was one. Ghosting after a first date, another topic. Other things that I've kind of put out there are, what are your first date deal breakers, which I've gotten some very interesting responses about. And then today I asked about the first date connection. Is it possible to find that connection immediately, or does it take time? Kind of falls somewhere in the middle for some people. Also, the idea of the spark. As someone who loves romantic comedies, I of course thought of He's Just Not That Into You. Justin Long's character said that the spark is created in your mind, and it's bullshit. Is it bullshit? Are we creating a spark in our mind when we meet someone, that we get like a certain feeling about them for some reason? My other last question that I put out today, when this is Wednesday, I think I already said that, it's Wednesday. It's been a long week already for a hump day. If you don't have a connection with the person on the first date, do you give them a second chance? Or do you immediately, like, are you at the point where you're like, I just know this isn't gonna go anywhere? I think for me right now, oh, should I say this for next week? No, I'll just say it. I think for me right now, I have gotten to that point a little bit, where I feel like if I don't have an immediate connection with someone, I feel like I don't need to see them again. But based on some responses I've gotten, I think I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit more next week. My other question was, do you feel like you are too picky on a first date, going into a date? Do you have really high expectations, or do you set the bar low? And that was an interesting one that I will say right now is completely divided in the answer. Some people went one way, some people went the other way. Cheers. I love Malbec, by the way. It's like one of my favorite red wines. And that's interesting to me because I feel like expectations are not good going into a first date, but I also feel like I get picky. So I guess is there a balance between being picky and having no expectations? Yeah, so those are questions I've been putting out there. We're gonna talk about all of it. Gonna share my thoughts, share some of your thoughts. Some people ask some questions they want me to put out into Instagram to get feedback from others. This is the dating safe zone. There's no right or wrong. There's no rules. You can come to me and vent. You can ask for advice if you want it, or you can kind of put something out there that I can share with other people to get other opinions. If you're married or in a committed relationship and you are having success, we want to hear it. If you're single and you're like, what the fuck? We want to hear about that too. If you're newly single, if you've been single for a while, dating during a pandemic, we're going to get into that because that is a thing. That is that is some interesting times to be dating right now. I can't even go there yet because I will start talking for like an hour about dating during the pandemic. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Welcome to playing the game. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, this was my little intro to you. Happy Wine Wednesday. I will see you guys soon. Subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook. It's just my name. I didn't create a business Facebook for this, but maybe I will. Yeah.